fact, one of the world's top cymbal makers is in Sacramento this weekend.
What is this?
And it's not Katie Holmes. Nope, not at all.
No, it's not Katie. It's a master craftsman for SABIAN. They're here for the West Coast Vault Tour.
Yes, we're joined live now by Chris Stanke to get a look at what it takes to make a world-class cymbal. You guys basically break it down and show us what it takes making this instrument.
Yes, hi you guys.
Hi.
We're down here today from 1 to 5 displaying the centuries-old art of making cymbals. I'll do a little quick demonstration here for you.
Please.
Yes, do it. Hit it. That's a cymbal? Wow.
Wake up, Sacramento.
Well, is that enough racket for you this early in the morning, I hope?
Yes. So woke everyone up.
Stop. No. So tell us, how do you make them?
Well, what we do is we start with the same metal that we've been using for about 400 years. We use 80% copper, 20% tin with traces of silver, and we turn this raw material, which doesn't sound like anything but a hunk of metal, right, into the world's finest B20 cast bronze.
Look at that.
Oh.
And you can see it already has a specific pitch. We take that and we roll it down, and today we have one of our master craftsmen here, Ali Kugel, demonstrating hand hammering techniques.
What's he doing?
This is shaping the cymbal and changing the sound. It's very difficult to do. If Ali were to get up and I were to sit down there, it definitely would not look as pretty as that.
It's making a hole in it. How does it go from having holes in it to being all flat?
Well, it's just, what those hammer marks do is just control the sound and change the sound. Just like the cooking shows, I have one that's already finished here for you. And this is what it'll look like when it's done. And then where it goes from here is to the lathing process, where it puts the tonal grooves on top of the cymbals. So Ali's going to turn on the lathe here and cut the tonal grooves into the cymbal.
Wow.
That's very cool.
It's getting shiny. Look at that.
I had no idea it was all done by hand. That's neat.
So what the Vault Tour is, you guys, is the Vault is actually the place where we keep all of the master cymbals. It is where, by which all other cymbals are judged against. And that's where all the artists, today's top artists, go to pick their cymbals and have their cymbals custom made. Artists like Chad Smith from the Red Hot Chili Peppers, Neil Peart from the band Rush, and many others of today's top players.
That's beautiful.
Hey, listen, how much does a cymbal cost? Can you tell us if you're going to buy them?
I'm sorry, say that again, Stephanie?
How much do they cost?
Okay, it's pretty noisy here with this machine on, but go ahead now.
Okay, how much does a cymbal cost? Let's say a band's going to go
anywhere from about 50 bucks all the way up to around 700.
Yeah, and they're all handmade?
Yes, they are. It takes a lot to make one of these, but we have several different types of hammers that we use. Every different hammer creates a different sound in the cymbal. So we do use some machine hammering, combinations of hand hammering, and hand lathing. So all sorts of different techniques that change and mold the sound. So customers have the opportunity, just like today's top drummers do, to come down to the vault here and check it out.
That's great.
Chris, thank you so much. Hopefully folks will head on down there today. We'll have the information on our info line and on the website, upn31.com. Chris, thanks.
Thank you,
Thanks,
guys.
Chris. Very
Great to
interesting.
watch.
That's neat. Never knew that, huh?
Learn something every day on the show.
You do.
Hopefully 2 things.
Yeah. Hey, Iron Mike.
All right. There's much more to a cymbal than just a flat disc of metal. In fact, they are carefully crafted, much so that the musician is able to customize the sound of each cymbal.
One of the world's top cymbal makers is in town for the first ever West Coast Vault Tour, showing local musicians the process of cymbal making.
Joining us live is Chris. He joined us earlier. He's at Skips Music on Auburn Boulevard. Chris Stanke with SABIAN, am I saying that right? Cymbals?
Yes, you sure are.
Okay, very cool what you showed us earlier, how to make a cymbal. Can we hear from some of those cymbals again? Can you play some of those?
Yeah, you certainly can. You know, we take the copper and the tin here and make a nice little family recipe, and we come up with a casting. We melt all this metal ourselves in a special inductotherm furnace.
Whoa, watch out there, Chris.
And then we flatten the metal out and hammer it. So depending on what style of music customers are looking for.
Very nice.
That cymbal would be for mainly the jazz style of music, but we have something for all tastes. We have about 2,000 custom cymbals for people to try today, including some of the weirdest stuff you've probably never seen before. Something like this. just for unique sounds. You know, these instruments all have a unique voice, and of course, Skip's customers want their own voice in these instruments, so something like this is also hand hammered. You notice the hand hammering gives a little bit darker quality.
Very nice.
We do some unique things like put ripples in the bottom for all sorts of different effects. Now, all cymbals start off with this raw finish like this until we shave off the outer surface to reveal the shiny interior. But if you leave that surface on there, it gives it unique raw type of sound. Only unique to that type of cymbal. Now, this is hand hammered as well, but machine hammered cymbals have a little bit more cut and projection. For people like Chad Smith of the Red Hot Chili Peppers and Neil Peart from the band Rush, they want something that's got to cut through stacks and stacks of amplifiers. So.
Oh, wow.
So that would be an example of a machine type of cymbal. So if we go on to some of these others, I'll just show you here. Or some really wild cymbals like this 24-inch Chinese cymbal used by some of our favorite heavy metal guys like Bill Ward from Black Sabbath. Wow. That'll wake you up in the morning, huh? So if I just go through some of these others. Again, nice dry cymbal for the jazz players out there.
Very cool.
Now, these are all custom, one-of-a-kind prototypes, so you're only going to find at Skip's. You won't find most of these models in stores, although we did bring some of our best-selling models, too. So you'll find all sorts of crazy stuff, like things with holes in it.
Oh,
just for those type of drummers looking for that specific type of sound. So we've got something for everybody out here today. Come on down to Skip's. We're going to have a great time. There you go.
Right on. Hey, thanks, Chris.
Thank you,
Great
guys.
job. Thank you
very
for
nice.
sharing all that with us.
Take care.
All right.
We needed our own cymbal. That's just what we needed.
Yeah, we
That's
did.
what we need to wake up everyone up in the morning.
Another noisemaker. Okay, it's 9:43:72.